people. Que pasa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. First thing that is popping in the news, it is called Three Sides to Every Story. The sides are inner the garrison, poor people, and the side of the po-po versus the truths. We've seen that there's been a couple of incidents back to back in which people lose their life from the garrison and the side of the residents, the side of the parents. It is polar different from that of the po-po that were on the scene of the crime, that claim or allege that they were challenged, and then they respond with like force after the smoke clear. People, DEADING. There was even a recent case in a place called Garden Pen, where two young men, Color and Theo, lost their life. The residents were claiming that these are innocent people. Them never do anybody anything wrong. However, the same residents were saying that the po-po already came, take out the gunman them, take out the Don, out of the same house in which these persons were seen. The po-po said, based on their information and intelligence, these two young men have been under their radar for some time. These two young men are part of some sorts of hitman for hire. That means that people pay them to take out other people. The po-po also said, when they went on the scene, people draw all sorts of toll off of them, and then them retaliate. Some people run, some did not get a chance to run. Two of those persons were Theo and also Color. Fast forward, less than 24 hours ago, in the grill, Westmoreland that is, specialized po-po once again. They were on some sorts of operation. Them get some sorts of call, some sorts of intelligence that two men with some sorts of tool was driving around in a white Fielder. They pulled over a Fielder motor vehicle, white again, and these persons refused to stop. There was a chase based on the po-po side of the thing, and then some people alighted out of the vehicle. One man escaped, two other persons got conned up. Two of those persons, the driver and a passenger, Mr. Patrick Mosley and Shane Granderson. They were taken to the place of recovery. However, there was to be no sorts of recovery. Now, people, let's analyze and assess this. Say it is the po-po got information that a Fielder motor vehicle white. There's a whole bunch of Fielder motor vehicle Toyota driving around Jamaica. However, when they stopped this vehicle in which these two young men, Mr. Mosley and Mr. Grandison, was in, they refused to stop. The po-po had their eyes set on this car during the chase. When the chase ended, the man them jump out, blaze up all sorts of can. They retaliated according to the po-po. These two young men were DEAD. What is the coincidence? Is the po-po lying about everything? The po-po also said that they recovered a fire piece. One man run. So the only defense these people would have is that the person that ran was the person that jumped out of the vehicle and blazed up after the po-po. That person had them under gunpoint. However, one of these two men that lost their life was the driver. How do you explain all of this? I want you to hear what the residents, one of the mother of one of the victims, had to say, and then I will give my piece.
There was no doubt a police shooting cold blood, a red gong right beside the church. Take him out and carry shoot him and the other youth.
The white car had the detective police and shoot them. They shoot my son at close range. They lift my son head. What kind of murderers are we paying our tax money in Jamaica to murder our children? What kind of Jamaica are we building?
Now, people, this is my disclaimer. I was not there at any of these incidents. So therefore, I cannot say for sure that that is indeed what happened. I am only giving you both sides of the story based on the facts, based on what the Popo said, based on documentation in the courts. How likely is it, wouldn't it be more of a coincidence that all of these people that always get caught up are all innocent? When there were tools found, when there was actually a S-H00T out, and people, don't get it twisted, don't get it misconstrued. There have been cases in which the Popo probably did not or were not 100% honest. Them did a lie. However, you have to also understand, whenever persons are given basket to carry water, work in volatile situation, sometimes they are going to make mistakes. Sometimes they are going to get frustrated, and people, I am not saying that it is justified. Me just say, for you to be on the safe side, you have to learn to avoid bad company. You have to learn to be in the right all the time, because the possibility of somebody like myself getting in any sort of altercation because me not keep bad company, me not hang out in the wrong place. Not saying that anything bad cannot happen to me, but me just say it lightens or lessens the possibility of me getting in trouble. And anybody that live a legitimate legal lifestyle, yes, there might be isolated incident where they might be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Unfortunately, the Popo makes some sorts of mistake. However, when we hear this on a daily basis, the side of the Popo is polar opposite. It is not even close. The Popo say, yeah, them FIRE after them, and them retaliate. The resident say, the people them innocent. Them never do none at all. Even in this case, you hear the mother. The boy is an innocent boy. Him never do nothing. The Popo hold him and take him out at close range. So people, we have to ask the question, what is really the truth? You cannot trust the residents in these volatile communities, and it seems as if you cannot trust the Popo. So how is it that we are going to know the truth? Like me say, don't start no ish, won't be no ish. Don't keep up bad company, you won't end up in a bad situation. That is my warning. That is the only way to avoid it. And the truth is that moms, fathers, parents, these people, your sons or daughters, they are not going to tell you that, yes, you know, so me involved, me a rob people, me a KILL people, me a SHOT people, I am a hitman for hire. They are not going to tell you that. So therefore, the parents is always the last to know, and even disappointingly or disturbingly, sometimes the parents know. They are enablers, they are facilitators, they are beneficiaries of the proceeds of crime. So therefore, whenever them lose them life, they are going to be the first one to jump up and a protest because them know say the money gone and them son gone. The same can be said for a lot of these persons in these volatile community. Most of these residents know it is like an unwritten protocol that if they don't protest, if it don't seem as if they regret that these known GUNMEN dons and MURDERERS lose their life, they are going to be seen as some sorts of informant. So therefore, it is protest and live or don't and DIE. It is as simple as that. The problem is too much criminals. The problem is the Popo seems as if they realize that the only way to get rid of these criminals is not to go through the court system. So therefore, they hold court immediately on the spot and then they are the judge, the jury, and you know exactly what else. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, it is called, whenever you get in any sorts of relationship, whether it is a man with a woman with a man, vice versa. Not only it seems as if you have to do a background on your partner, you have to also do background on your partner's recent ex. Make sure that that ex, him head, not gather any sorts of water. He is not obsessive. He is not jealous. They parted way on some sorts of amicable agreements. They could not tolerate each other. However, they left like two decent human beings. He went on with his life and she went on with her life. The reason why I say this is because of a very disturbing trend that I have seen, in which a whole bunch of people are FIGHT. Woman I do the same over a man. Man I do the same over some sorts of woman. People get hurt. People lose them life. In most cases, it is the wife and matey or the husband and Joe grind a buckle for the prize PUMS. Vice versa, the woman for the prize COCKY. However, there's even a more disturbing trend. Well, both of them are pretty disturbing. There are some men, whenever the woman leaves, the woman that he has a problem with, the woman that probably cheated with him, he then targets the new boyfriend, the new husband to be, vice versa. The woman do the same thing. I am speaking about a particular incident that occurred in Europe, Poland, some place like that, in which there's a video that is shown on social media, in which it seems as if this ex-man hears a woman have a new man, and the man proposed to her, and they were supposed to get married. It seems as if that relationship ended not in any sorts of amicable term. It ended bitterly. This man decided that he was going to go wherever this lady was and her new boyfriend, fiance, husband to be was. He took out the new man right in front of his ex while she was bawling, while she was in tears, and then he turned the toll on himself. He made sure that he finished the new boyfriend, and then he finished himself. So pretty much he put a couple in the new man, the husband to be, that is not to be anymore, and then he put one in his own crown. Needless to say, this lady was only concerned with the new man. She did not even pay him dog mind when he put one in her cranium and fell to the ground just like that. Moral of the story is this: when it done, it done. You're supposed to know when things are not working out. You will get all the signs. You will see all the signals. So therefore, you should know within yourself when your time has elapsed, literally and figuratively. Do not prolong the relationship. When it end and end it just like that. Do not end your own life and then end the life of the person that this lady chose. If it was not for this man, this lady would also move on with her life. So the only bit of advice is that you also move on. Life goes on without you, whether you are ready or not. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.